consumption of some types of fish, and particularly sensitive groups like women of childbearing age and children. And as it turns out, mercury is actually the top reason for fish consumption advisories nationwide, which boils down to about a third of the nation's total lake acreage being under advisory for mercury, and about 1 million river miles as well. So we can look at this from a data perspective as well. There were data collected and reported in 2007 by EPA on 500 lakes and reservoirs that were statistically selected to represent lakes nationwide. And about half of the lakes surveyed, the report was 2007, but the survey was earlier, did have fish that exceeded the EPA advisory level, which is 0.3 parts per million, or ppm. This new USGS report I mentioned has similar data for stream fish, and they found that about a quarter of the streams that were surveyed had predatory fish fillets with concentrations greater than that advisory level. And we're seeing that across the country as well. So the next question typically is, where does that mercury come from? And it's important to point out that there are both natural and anthropogenic or human-caused sources of mercury. It's estimated that about 10% of sources of mercury emissions are probably natural, according to 2010 estimates, and anthropogenic sources are estimated to be about 30% new, or emissions, for example, from coal-fired utilities coming out of smokestacks now, and about 60% of the total are re-emitted